spiritual radio. This is achieveradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/achieveradio.
Welcome today, and we are very close to Halloween. Hello, Joseph. How are you today?
Hi, AnnMarie. How are you?
I am doing great. And I was just telling Bill, the leaves keep falling and falling and falling, and it's just crazy. You know, it's like beautiful. I love looking at it, but I know that pretty soon, because I'm a flip-flop girl, and I always have to wear my sandals or flip-flops, and there's nothing like hydroplaning on wet leaves on the porch.
Oh, yeah. Well, walking the dog is pretty hard, too.
Yeah. I wear the tennis shoes when I walk the dogs on. Oh, man. Last time I broke my wrist was walking the dogs on black ice. So, yeah. It can be hazardous to your health. So, what is going on in the Joe world today?
Oh, well, getting through fall, just like everybody else, enjoying the Halloween season.
Doing any more baking?
No.
No?
I expect I'll be baking pumpkin pies very soon because somebody brought in a whole bunch of pie pumpkins. So that's what I'll be doing, but not now, and not for a few more weeks.
I love banana bread and pumpkin bread at this time of year. So that's my big thing. But it always seems like I eat about half the batter before I even get it in there, which is not real good for weight gain.
Pumpkin cake is very good. Pumpkin cake, carrot cake. I just made a carrot cake last week, and that's why I'm not anxious to bake anything with pumpkins, because it's a very similar taste, very similar seasonings. You know, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and the cloves, and all those wonderful fall seasonings that we enjoy in our baked items. Yeah.
You know, I was just watching, and I do want to say, for anyone who wants to have a reading, we are doing peaceful full moon readings today, just because, everybody has something that's on their mind, and I feel that we can offer that light in your concern that may open up some maybe some things that you weren't looking at, or maybe it's something that we can confirm that you've been thinking. Either way, Joseph and I promise not to do cookie cutter readings. We will try to stay true to our individual ways. The number to call in to the room is 602-666-6027. And again, that's 602-666-6027. And you can also in quick into the show. We have Jenna from Pennsylvania. We have Rose in the in quick room, and we also have Chris. And I do want to say that we are just kind of spontaneous today, I think. Maybe it's just, I thought maybe we could talk about Halloween and...
Sure.
And
we have a new moon on October 30th, and the new moon falls in the sign of Scorpio. So this is a good time for new enterprises and new changes and new beginnings. And you'll be focusing on the new year um, for financial changes and opportunities. So it's a good time. If you have anything that you want to get out there, like something you've been working on or something, some new little business idea or little things like that, or creative projects, this is the time to look at what you have ready and get it out there.
It's also a great time to clear your crystals.
Yes, it
Um,
is. How do you do that?
when There are different ways of doing that. Some people just simply put them out on their deck,
Okay.
or they here I'm looking at cleansing crystals with a full moon, and it says. My favorite way of energetically cleansing crystals is with the lunar energy of the full moon. I often get asked a lot of questions when it comes to cleaning or retuning crystals in the moonlight. So I'm going to answer them all right here in one place for you. Why do you need to cleanse crystals? And I will tell you, I have worn crystals and let them get dirty, and I just start shaking. I start
Really?
vibrating. So
Oh,
when I use the word cleanse, it means an energetic cleansing, not a physical one. Another way to look at it is retuning of the crystal energy so that when you work with a crystal, it can absorb some of the negative energy and change its vibrational frequency. It's kind of like tuning a guitar. And
yeah.
after you've played it for a while, you need to retune it to get it into playing order. The same goes for the crystals. After you've worked with them, you want to help them get their tuning, their energy back, and their vibrational frequency. And so when you cleanse crystals, it says use your intuition on what feels right to you. If it's a crystal you work with often, then put it out at every full moon. On the flip side of that, if you have crystals that typically are not worked with, then once or twice a year is fine. It says, are there any crystals that shouldn't go in the moonlight? And it says, no. This is the one method that is safe for all crystals. And it says, what time do I need to put them outside? Any time after it gets dark is the perfect time. Dusk, when the sun is setting, is okay too. And this way, the crystals that should avoid sunlight, such as amethyst, are not put out until the sun has gone completely down. When do you bring
So
the
I guess
crystals
it's
in?
good to have that moonlight coming down upon it. That's kind of the whole idea.
hmm It says, what if you just put them on your window ledge? And it says that's
Oh.
okay if you can't put them outside. You can put them in front of your window. I usually do this with some of my jewelry or crystals like selenite that I do
Hmm.
not like to leave outside. So if you have a window that moonlight can come into, do that.
Well, it sounds like we have a little bit of leeway. I know that there's quite a few things, methods and spells, and sometimes cleansing things where you have to leave certain objects outside overnight, and you may not want to really. I mean, depending on where you live, or you don't
Mhm.
want something to get stolen. Let's say, for instance, your jewelry pieces. Well, birds love sparkly things,
I
and
know.
they could
I
very
was
well
thinking,
take them
I,
on you. And even,
I can
believe it or
see
not, I
a
heard
cat.
that even squirrels like pretty things to squirrel away in wherever
Oh,
their homes are. They find objects in these little burrows and stuff. It's like, well, they saw it as a treasure, and that's what they did. They took it. It's funny,
yeah.
really.
And the one thing is that I have a lot of cats. So for me to sit
Hmm.
there and put things on window ledges or, things like that. One thing that might be interesting and this is called the solitary new moon ritual. This is something that some Wiccans do. The American Wiccan, it says, is where this is from, and I'm not of any religions. I don't claim to be a Wiccan, but it says new moon workings can be done from the day of the new moon to 3.5 days after it starts. The new
Oh,
moon is for starting new ventures and new beginnings, and also love and romance. So after the new, it says avoid. It says a phase of hibernation, retreat, and contemplation should be done during the first 3 days of a new moon. Avoid crowds and gatherings and seek a little time for yourself. And it says after the new moon ends and that first crescent appears, then the healing lunar cycle begins all over again. So I don't see it. Oh, here it is. It says the solitary new moon ritual. Items needed are cedar or sage smudging wand, a white candle, a bell, and cast the circle. Use the smudging wand to purify the space as you move around the circle. Ring the bell with your arms in the goddess position, and then I would say if you're into whatever religion, an invocation to God or whatever, it says just on this night of the new moon, overcome my shadows and bring about the change that I need. I invite you to my circle to assist and protect me in my right. So I guess whatever it is that you want to happen, then you include that in your full moon solitary ritual.
I like that. That's really cool.
It kind of reminds me of what you say as a end of the show.
Yes.
Um, I could
That's why
see
I
you
like it.
doing something. I know. I could see
It
you
fits
doing
right
something
in.
like, yeah, and the first 3 days of the full moon,
Hmm.
and just so people know what that is, say that right now, just so that we can remember what that is.
Oh, I just want to say your hairstyle looks wonderful. You look really great.
Oh, I'm
You look
doing
so lovely. Yeah.
oh well, thank you. I'm doing the Bride of Frankenstein look today.
Oh, but it looks great. I love
Thanks.
it.
I took a lot of freeze.
Oh,
So, do you know that? Could you say that, and then and maybe that would give people something that they can say during the full moon,
oh yeah.
3 days.
Stand, stand in the full moon. Sometimes you could do this in your room or just dim the lights and stand there and have your arms down and just kind of raise them up just a little bit. Then close your eyes and you say to yourself, I bring the cosmic forces into my body or into my being, asking for strength, protection, and guidance. I bring the cosmic forces into my being, asking for strength, protection, and guidance. I bring the cosmic forces into my being, asking for strength, protection, and guidance. And we cross our arms and we lower our heads and we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Protect me
Ah,
with your white light. And there we are.
there you go.
It's a
And
good feeling. You almost kind of do feel. I mean, it's a psychological, and actually, I do believe that you are opening up and to take in the positive energies and to help yourself, and it gives you that moment to think really, and just to relax and to realize that you will do the best you can today. And you
mhm,
will do well. You know, and that's why I like to do that.
yeah, and you do that so well. All right. So, well, I love the way you say it. You say it with such passion. Okay, we have Annette from Boston and Inquick. And I think we should start with Jenna because she called in first. If
Sure.
it's all right with you, Joseph, would you
Sure.
like to start? Okay.
All right.
So, Jenna from Pennsylvania, how can we help you with a full moon peaceful reading? Jenna?
Hello?
Yes, hi. How can Joseph help you today with a full moon reading?
Do you have anything
Yes,
on your
Jenna.
mind in particular?
Hi, Jenna. Are you there? I heard your voice a little bit there.
Yeah, I did hear her.
Hello?
Hi,
Yep,
Jenna.
yep. We hear you, Jenna. Can you hear us?
Uh, Hi, yes, I weren't sure if you were talking to me or not. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all
oh,
right.
yep, yep.
I
What
have
can
moments
Joseph do?
like that.
Oh, you always have moments like What can Joseph do for
well,
you?
I, I actually just wanted to just find out some things about like where I'm headed right now as far as like career wise and as far as my relationship as well. I've been dating someone for a few months now and it's going good. But I just want to like know like where is it? Like is it going to go somewhere or is it just going to be like another one of the oh I like him and then he just turns out to be a jerk and that's the end of that
Oh,
story.
yeah. Yeah.
What is his
Well, let's
first
have a
name?
look at.
His first name is Brandon.
All right. So we're going to let Brandon's energy in through the door and looking at Brandon for you. You got it, Joe? Joseph? Okay.
Hello.
Did I? Are you there?
Yes, I'm
Joseph, are
here.
you there? Okay. I'm not hearing Joseph, so I'm going to go ahead and say his first name one more time, baby girl.
His first name is Brandon.
Brandon. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at Brandon's energy. And when I look at Brandon's energy, um, it says he's really excited about having the opportunity to start something with you. There's a sense also that he seems to be um, really trying hard to put on the kind of attitude that he thinks that you want from him. It also shows that he's very focused on you at this time. He's had some problems with relationships in the past. I'm going to say that he doesn't always understand women. He doesn't always believe that he comes off the way women want him to. But I think with you, he thinks that you might actually like him. So if I look at, is he someone you can trust? Is he going to try to make this authentically real for both of you? And when I look at that, what comes through is, he is struggling inside himself, but he sure wants to try hard. I'm shown that it says he's had incredibly bad luck in relationships and he struggles with insecurity and inferiority about whether he's got what women want. But that can go into a host of different directions, baby girl, meaning
Yeah.
that we don't, you know what I'm saying, honey. It can also mean, it can also mean that he wants to commit, he wants to invest, but he just worries about whether you'll be into him. So that's what I have. I don't see him as a quitter unless you quit on him.
Oh no, that's not happening.
hmm hmm Well, if I look at where are you both, let's say within 3 months, and looking at that, I have November and December and January. January is a small space between you both. It seems to be that he's kind of backing off, but he can't quit thinking about you. And I see him back in the picture. So the only month that I see him spacing himself from you or distancing is in January.
Okay.
Anything specific you want to ask about him? Hope that Joseph gets back in here.
Um. Yes.
Joseph, if you're
Now
back,
you said
clear
he's
your throat.
struggling.
Okay, he's struggling.
I don't think
Is he
he is.
struggling?
Okay, yeah, no, I think he is. No, I don't. No, you said that he likes me and he's focused on me, but you can't tell if like he wants to be with me or not.
He
Or
wants to
let me
be
rephrase that.
he wants to be
Are
with
there
you, but
other females in the picture?
okay. So are there any females in the picture? And if I look at that, what comes through says, um, and it says there are not any females in the picture. Joseph is calling me. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Um, I do not see any other women, but I do feel that there's been a nasty breakup or something like that in the past. So one moment here.
Okay.
Hello? Are you still there?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I'm here.
sorry about that. Joseph was calling
It's
me and
okay.
I just anyway, so I feel I do not see anything. I do see though that he's had something very nasty happen with a woman, and I feel that it's not his self-esteem and his security left him. And I feel that this is something that you're going to have to straighten out for him. So what's your best course of action if I look at that? And what comes through says, at this particular time, it says, give him plenty of room. Don't hurry him. Don't pressure him. Just try to build on a nice, warm friendship with him first. My feeling is
Mm-hmm.
that that will help him to trust and help him to let down his insecurities.
Wow. You're so helpful.
What's that?
Okay. I say you've been so helpful. Now, does his career will his career get in the way of us? Because it's a bit complicated or whatever, but his career comes
Well,
with a lot.
if I look at will his career get in the way and what
Or
comes
how
through.
will his career be for him?
I see his career doing very well. I don't see any problems there.
Yeah. Hi.
There
I
you
got
are.
lost today. I got disconnected, but
Well,
I
darn.
I saw that you're currently. I'm seeing the suspicion that you have some suspicions currently at the present time, but what I'm seeing is though that things are really okay. Um, you know, it's almost like you feel like you're really putting in a lot to this and that they're not really putting in half as much as you are, but you have to understand that they might see it that he might see that the same way. So I'm saying that maybe you're trying too hard, is just to kind of
Mm-hmm.
just relax and go with the flow. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah,
It might
and
be. Now, I didn't hear what AnnMarie said.
what I said,
So
what I said,
this
what I
is
said.
this is not influenced by anything here. But what I'm seeing here is that maybe perhaps because of things in the past, you might think, well, I don't know, um, but actually. I think what you have here is actually pretty good and pretty normal, and that maybe you just need to relax.
Maybe I do.
Yeah. Because you don't want to alienate somebody, by trying so hard. It's very easy to do that. And actually, I know how I feel when somebody acts suspicious of me in some way. If I pick that up, it really makes me feel like, well, gee, what did I do?
I
And it
mean, it's
turns
not
out
that I
it's
act
because of things
suspicious.
in the past
It's,
involved in the other person's past.
yeah, I understand that, and it's not that I act suspicious. It's just that I just don't understand how he's like so inconsistent with like our communication. So that is just it bothers me sometimes.
Now, now I'm seeing here too that with the Seven of Swords in your present time, that is an indication that if you have these issues, because actually the relationship is pretty good according to the cards, but they are saying that you may need to have a talk about these little things, these things about how you feel. Pick the right time. You can say, "Gee, I really wish you."
Mm-hmm.
I just, but then again, it's really hard to say that to people, because
It
because when you're
is because you
saying,
don't want to seem too
I
needy.
never, you don't communicate with me the way I would like, and not as often as I like, and not in a consistent way. It's really hard to say that about anything because it's almost like you're criticizing them, and so
To
you have to be
someone,
really
yeah.
careful. Maybe, but it is something that maybe you should talk about, but in a really, nice way. Like, well, you know, maybe perhaps start the ball rolling by asking you know, if you're communicating okay. I mean, is there something? Um, it just helps sometimes, maybe just to ask. I know it wasn't long ago that somebody was just acting kind of snippy with me. It seemed like everything I said or anything anybody said, and so we were sitting there and just talking, and I just said cheerfully, "So, are you mad at us? Are you angry with me about something?" And it kind of does take the wind out of the sails. And so sometimes you might say, you must be really busy because sometimes I never know when to hear from you. And sometimes I don't hear from
Oh
you, and
yeah.
sometimes I do. Um, Sometimes it helps to ask, because it might be something going on that not a bad thing, but just busy like crazy stuff. So I would
Yeah.
say talk it out, really, because it seems to be worth it, to talk out.
Well,
Mhm.
from what I understand, this is a new relationship that hasn't really gotten off the ground yet. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's about, and what I came through with Joseph was that he had some battle scars and was basically kind of a little bit gun shy.
Hmm.
And the sense is that, yeah, like you said, he's probably, and it said he was also having major insecurities about whether women were attracted to him or not, for whatever reason. And rather than have a defeated ego, it's almost as if he avoids. So there could be a lot of things going on here, but I guess, like you, Joseph says, take it easy, go with the flow. Okay?
Yeah,
Mhm.
things
Yeah.
will get more comfortable over time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
there
they
is
will.
that feeling of newness here. And, sometimes people come off one way. Um, you know, like- and actually, like I said before, sometimes somebody might be abrupt or they might act in such a way. But actually, there's a reason for it. And it's very easy to misunderstand with some people that maybe the base is the insecurity and that's why they act the way they do. Or maybe he's not consistent because he feels that he's going to blow it if he's always communicating, if he's always on. Maybe he's afraid he's going to chase you away. You never know. You never know.
I guess we better stop here, hon, because we got 5 more people to read for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank
Okay,
you
take
so much.
care.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you. Bye
Have a
bye.
happy Halloween.
You too. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye
All right,
bye.
we have Annette from Boston and the Inquick, and she says, "Hi, AnnMarie and Joseph. It's nice to hear your voice again. There is someone that I'm interested in developing a friendship with. The first I want to know at this time if a friendship is possible. My birthday is 4/2/64. Alan's birthday is 2/10, but I don't know the year. I'm not very sure of his year, thank you. And for me, I wouldn't know the astrology as much as I would just know the energy of names, and so that would be Annette. And she doesn't say, and Alan. So how does Alan feel about Annette? And is there something special going on here?
Well, it appears to be. What I'm seeing that in general, what's great is in the past, the Fool card popped up, which is a pretty cool card about her past, because there's always. I get the idea that she has the energy of a child, or the heart of a child, or perhaps the outlook. It's a very, very good, nice, positive background card. Is that it seems like that you are always open to embrace new beginnings, and you don't have any qualms about trying something new, or doing a fresh start. And I do see that in your past. Now, what I also picked up is that currently we have Hanged Man in your present day, and that always looks scarier than it is. You see the images, but actually it's really, really very nice, because the Hanged Man at the present time indicates that that you're able to deal with the confusing times that you might have. It's also that I see that you are letting go, or about to let go, of somebody that you really couldn't have. And by doing that, you're also opening up the possibility that of somebody new coming in. Okay, so if you are hanging on to some older memory, or don't want to let go of somebody, I'm seeing that you have to let go of the past to move on, and I'm seeing that in your present day. So, I mean, even though the Hanged Man looks scary, but he's hanging by 1 foot, and he's still hanging. So you got to cut loose. Because this will open you up to a better future. And what I see ahead for you is a 9 of Cups. And so 9s figure prominently 9 days, 9 weeks, or maybe the 9th month of the year. September, well, we've passed that, but so we'll look at the year ahead. So for that is, I'm seeing that you're going to have this wish for this relationship to be granted. The 9 of Cups is a very good card. It's a card where wishes are granted. So that's what I see coming up ahead for you. Because it seems to me like you are going to let go, and it seems to me that by doing so, you're open for this, and you're going to get it. It's great.
I would agree, because I'm shown that, the first part of any kind of getting to know someone can be a royal pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's that mating dance, and it's like nobody wants to look too eager or too into things and then get their ego crushed. And so there's this running forward and stepping back and looking like they're distracted when actually they're begging to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm showing a mating dance going on. I'm also shown that this is something that'll work very well for you, Annette. It says this is a great opportunity for you to, like Joseph said, get away from something that did not work out for you in the past, and that I think you're ready. And I think this is a quality person. And watch out, because they may act a little bit iffy, but I think they could be like gum under your shoe. They could become downright needy of you, which isn't a bad thing if you're used to somebody that's totally opposite. So, yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah, I do see it being a very good omen, really. It will, I'm seeing like this love deepening over time, and it becoming better and better and better. So, and if you are, if you don't have anybody, if you just happen to suddenly find yourself, it's a great time to meet somebody.
We've got another comedian inside the room. It's from Blaine. It's from New
Oh,
Hampshire. Says, "You both look great. I'm bald."
who's bald?
Blaine is bald. He says, "We both look great, but he's bald."
Well, that doesn't mean you can't look great. I'm sure
Hey,
you look great.
I've seen some very sexy looking
I
men
know a lot of
that
bald-headed
had
people that look fabulous.
shave
Yeah.
their heads and get head polishes and stuff. Oh
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
And a lot of it is about the shape of your head. There's some
Oh, yeah.
people that can look absolutely amazing with bald heads, and there's others that don't.
Yeah.
I've
You'd be
often thought that
surprised.
if I cut my hair, I would just like to shave it all off.
Well, I had a buzz cut 2 years ago.
Do I remember you then?
Well, everybody's seen it because I did it about 4 times. I would do it twice a year. And the last time I had a buzz cut was in June of 2014. And that's when I decided
My
I'm
God,
not
your
going to
hair
cut my
grows
hair. And I
fast.
haven't since June of 2014. Not even a trim. So it took 2 years to get, a little over 2 years to get this way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have really fast growing hair.
Well, it grows. Oh,
Well,
they say the average is about a half an inch, but a little bit less per month with most people. And I think I didn't measure it. I think I was about maybe 6 inches, 6 inches after measuring a strand of hair a couple of last year. And so, of course, since it's on different parts of my head, the back is going to appear longer but it's all the same. The hair in front has a longer way to go, you know. Um,
mm,
that's how it is. That's just how we are. Yeah. So, but actually, it is a freeing thing to shave your head, I will say. You don't
oh
have to worry
yeah.
about your hair anymore. And actually, clean up in the morning was great because you step in the
Oh my
shower, your
God, it's
hair is,
so
you
easy.
don't have to do a darn thing to it, really. It's great.
There's no
And
such thing as a
actually,
bad hair day.
you don't have them. You just don't have them when you do that. So it's kind of fun. And actually, that's the extreme. When your hair is real long, you don't usually have a bad hair day either because you could
Well, no,
always,
it's
it's just
I
so
think
much of it, you can always grab it and do something to it.
yeah,
And
and
then
that's
the
the
other
thing.
thing is, just get rid of it, shave it off.
I think that so many people say I wouldn't have long hair because it would take so much to take care of it. Actually, once it gets past the shoulders, it's really
Yeah.
easy to take care of. It's that in between stage where it
Hmm.
does what it wants to do, and women start
Right.
having to put
And
those
you can't tie
heating
it back
curlers
because
and
it's not
stuff on.
long enough. Yeah, you got those funny bangs that they're too short to do anything with, but still
Yeah.
not long enough to tie back. And it's
Oh,
all that crazy stuff. And you have the wings sticking out and the funny flip.
uh-huh. Right. And once it gets long, you can put it way up on your head and look like you have short hair, or you
Right.
can wear it down.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Jan from LA, and she says, "AnnMarie and Joseph, I am presently babysitting while my daughter works traveling in and out of town every week, enjoying my time with them. How long do you see this lasting?"
Oh.
So the question is, um, so her grandchildren, and she's babysitting them, and she wonders how long will she be babysitting them, about approximately how many months?
Oh. Well, it's funny. At the current time, I picked up the Five of Pentacles.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm seeing fives. Okay. And I am seeing, it's funny because Pentacles is usually about money. But basically in terms of it's not always finances. But I am seeing that you're not feeling, it's not just a matter of being curious. Actually, you feel a little bit insecure about this situation, and you may feel like if it ever does change, that you might be very unhappy. That's what I'm seeing. That I'm feeling this from the Five of Pentacles, and that's what really that it points to. And but I do see in your future that what I picked up here was the Page of Wands, and I'm seeing that now wands usually have to do, with work and stuff. But actually, in terms of your situation, I'm seeing that somebody's going to come into your life that is going to be very helpful and giving you something else to do and giving you another to open up another aspect of your life. And I'm seeing that it's love and affection coming your way, and I cannot tell you how long your current situation is going to be, except for that 5 in there. So I'm guessing in about maybe 5 months or so, things might change. But really, don't be upset about it, because change is coming for a lot of people, and it's not bad changes or anything. It's just a shift. It's a change, and sometimes a situation isn't really meant to be permanent. It could be a few years, but there's never really a sense of permanence. But I'd say enjoy the time. Don't worry about its ending. Just enjoy this time, because things always do change. And I do see that there are also more good things in store for you when this begins to, get less. As you're needed less and less, and of course, children grow. You know, and like a lot of parents, a lot of times when their kids have grown up, or they kind of don't need that same care that they used to have, doesn't mean that they stop loving you. You're always going to have a part in their lives, so don't doubt that. And but I do see that just such great things coming, also. Okay, so don't worry, and don't be feeling insecure. Um, Change is a good thing, and enjoy the time. I too am in a somewhat temporary situation. I've been living with a friend for about 6 years, and it's understood that this is a temporary situation, and I'm not going to be sad about it ending, or should it ever end. All things do change. Opportunities come for other people as well, and I've decided I'm going to enjoy this time with my friends and not worry about the day when I have to leave, or when the house gets sold or something like that, or new jobs come and everyone has to split. But that's okay, really. I'm having a great time, and so should you.
And I would say to that you're kind of at a point in your life, and I'm just going to give the other outlook on this, that part of you is loving every minute of this, and part of you is saying, damn, I wish I could be doing something else. I also show that don't worry about it, like Joseph says. I feel that this is you're going to have a break in about around Christmas, when the family is together, and then I believe you're going to be back to babysitting, and then I believe around 4 to 5 months you aren't going to be needed as badly. It gives you a time to get close to your grandchildren, make memories, and do treasure every minute of it, because those children, like Joseph said, will grow up, go their own way, and Granny will be someone that is wonderful, but just isn't the same as far as spending time with. So if you're feeling kind of in that iffy mood of whether you're loving all this babysitting or not loving all this babysitting, love it, because the kids will be gone soon, and you
Yeah.
probably will never have the quality time you have now, because they'll be older. All right,
Understand and
so
appreciate these moments. Really, do
mhm.
enjoy this time, because it's actually pretty cool. And like we were saying, yeah, things do change. Always be looking forward, and in your future, I see great things. I see more love, more warmth, just more. That's what I see.
Okay, we have we have 11 minutes and 3 readings left. And actually Chris from Tennessee. Let's give a quick angel message reading for Chris, because or some kind of message reading for Chris. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Okay, Chris.
Chris, are you there?
Yeah, doing.
Hi,
Doing
Chris.
good, Chris. What we're going to do, just a real quick reading for you, because we have 3 more readings after you, okay?
That's cool.
Okay. So you want to give like a short message reading for Chris?
All right. Let's see. I'm going to do a single card draw. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I got the 7 of Cups for the message for Chris. And actually, it looks pretty cool. But I am seeing possibly unrealistic expectations, possibly regarding love. I'm seeing that you have you need to be clear about what you want, in a relationship. I mean, because it seems like you have a lot of choices. You might have a lot of choices in terms of dates and love and romance. But I will say that the one that really knocks you over, like, wow, I'm in love and you can't think about anything else. It's a heady thing and you're like, woo. That one, the one that makes you feel that way, that doesn't last. Okay. And it says that one's not going to last. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. But don't expect it to be something that is going to be the one. And besides, you might not want that anyway. So I wouldn't worry about it. But they're also pointing out, though, that a really good relationship is, even if it's a friendship or, say if it's soulmates or romance, the ones that matter and the ones that will last will be in more of a comfort zone. They're not going to be that high that you get that in the beginning. It's going to be more substantial and lasting. So that's what I'm seeing for that. And you're also being warned about things seeming too good to be true in terms of other things, like say work and finances and ideas. And somebody says, hey, invest and you'll get rich. Stay traditional with that. Yeah, ventures are good, but make sure that you do your research. And if you're going to take advice from anybody about getting into some business, talk to somebody who's already been doing it and is successful at it. Okay? And everything should be above board. If it's a big risk and if you have to pay in and you don't know what the heck's going on, I'd stay away from it. And watch out for the sales pitch where everybody tells you what you can get, but they don't get to the point. Not until you sign the dotted line. Stay away from that.
Make sure people are being honest with you, Chris. What I have is that you're naturally psychic. And my one card that I'm picking up is that you need to develop your psychic ability. That there is a feeling that you notice things, Chris. You notice maybe it's just a feeling, maybe it's things around you, but it says these are your guides, your messengers. So it says, if at all possible, stop not trusting in your psychic ability, in your intuitive ability. You do have intuition, and it's very special, and it will help you make the choices that Joseph is talking about seeing who's being honest with you and who's a liar, and making sure that you use your intuition also to know when is a good day to reach out and be romantic to new women, or when to back off. So just really trust in your intuition. And Chris, remember what I've always said, the way to tell how your intuition is talking to you. If you feel tired and your feet feel heavy, that's your guides saying, no, Chris. And if you feel bubbles and excitement, that's your guides saying, yes, Chris. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
y'all.
Chris. Thanks, hon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We have 2, 3 more people, but only 5 minutes. So I'm going to take you to Amber, who says just got a job. She starts tomorrow. How's it going to go for her? Just a 1-card reading.
Alrighty. Amber has a new job. That's great.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's great.
Yay.
Okay, well, I picked up the King of Cups. I like this guy. The King of Cups is a really helpful man. Very, very. This might be your boss. This might be your new boss, the King of Cups, and they're just he's right side up, which is really nice. And this is somebody who is he's really balanced, and also too that there's positive qualities of both masculine and feminine, in this card. So it doesn't necessarily have to be literally a male boss, okay? But this is usually a card that represents a live person, and it's a very kind and loving person. They might have lighter hair at the lighter end of the spectrum. But when you're around this person, you know that you feel really supported, So, and when it comes to work, this boss is very much on your team. So don't hesitate to ask this person for support, to share ideas with them. And the king respects you. That's what I see. So I think you're going to be fine. AnnMarie, what do you think? Okay, we lost AnnMarie, and I don't know if anyone can hear me, but it is 5:55, and I think I could tell you about the card of the day that I pulled. Basically, I pulled up full with the upside down, and this card applies to anybody in general about what we can think about for the day. Now, the full upside down is it means change is coming, whether you're ready for it or not. So it means you should be able to embrace something new, and you're also cautioned to not be foolhardy and take great risks, okay? But there's no risk in a lot of things that you'd like to do. So, like, for instance, if you want to write that book, or if you want to enter a contest and you don't, it's a risk-free thing, I say go ahead. Because when I was a kid, I wanted to enter a drawing contest, and the prize would have been $5 a week for a year. Well, that's a lot of money for a kid in 1968.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And the other reward would be to have my drawing on the stereo that was sponsoring the contest. And I had the drawing all set. I was a pretty good artist, and my older sister, said, "You're not going to win. Who do you think you are?" And so I listened to her. I did not enter my drawing. And guess what? She was right. I didn't win.
You didn't win because you didn't enter.
Don't let people rain on your parade, okay? If you have a talent, don't let people, you don't know what their motivations are. Sometimes they just don't want you to change. They like it better when you like them.
Exactly.
You consider who's telling you. Now, if you have a professional telling you not to do something, that's great. But if you just have some friend who's going to tell you, I don't know why you bothered trying to write, I don't know why you bothered trying to do art, I don't know why you audition for plays, I don't know why you keep trying to get a better job because you're just like me. Don't listen to that.
I know.
Okay, so
I think
that's where we saw the fall upside down. It's like, go ahead, do your changes. Change is good, and there's no reason to hide your light under a bushel.
Yeah, and I would say, Amber, you're going to do great tomorrow at your job. Just don't try
You'll be
to
fine.
don't try
Yeah.
to just get a feel for the people around you. This is time to kind of diplomatically fit in, and I think that as long as you just play it cool, you'll be able to develop, like Joseph says. And don't you remember, you don't have to be perfect on the first day. Okay, bye, Joseph.
And the King of Cups likes you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is AchieveRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AchieveRadio.